It's done. Christmas build group thing. First group build thing that I've took part in. Of course it's not perfect. All kinds of glitches in the paint. I broke a lot of things, as usual, building this. Like 2 of these chains, the rear axle. If you've been watching my videos, you would know. This suspension, one of these suspension pieces, it's missing. It's missing a part underneath there. Amazingly, whenever I've built a beer wagon before, I always break these things. Always and always have to build new taillight support bars. But this time, I didn't break it. I didn't break them. Amazing. This little package right here came from in the late 90s. Ooh, where am I? In the late 90s. After moving here to Idaho, I bought that was when all those Christmas Village things came out in the stores. You could buy whole sets, and that was part of one of the sets. And then these lights strung, fake lights strung around here, came off of one of the there was a big Christmas trees that came in the village, and they had these lights strung around them. And so I snipped a section off, and they were so wound around the tree, they wouldn't cooperate with me trying to put them on here. So I had to CA glue them in specific points to get the thing to stay. Just wanted to pop off. This Christmas tree was a cheapo ornament, and the candy canes, I added the candy canes and the snowflake star. These are the candy canes, and I had to snip the little hanger thing off, and then use CA gel glue, shoved them in the tree. And then these are the snowflakes. They're not, see, they're only, I used 2 of them, and they're sandwiched onto the metal loop for the ornament. That's how those are there. That's how that happened. The stickers, these are stickers that I got off of this sticker sheet, and I had to cut them to fit, and they stuck pretty well to the silver paint I used, which was that favorite brand of spray paint that's not made anymore. And it feels like it has a plasticky feel, and they seem to stick to it really well. And I still put some clear acrylic on them to seal them in. Oops. Like that one. And if you notice, the rear wheels are rolling. Because if you've built one of these before, you know that it wasn't designed to have rolling wheels. That's because of these are not the kit wheels that came with the kit, and these wheels actually had a little hubcap pin inside that you could glue to the axle, and the wheel free wheels. These are the stock wheels, or kit, the ones that came with the kit, and yeah, you just kind of push them on there, and then when you try to roll it, they fall off. And so I glued them. You have to. They don't move. Well, it's all Kim's Customs Garage's fault. Well, I actually have to give Thanksgiving to Kim's Custom Garage. If you've been watching my videos, you might have guessed that I've been in a long kit building slump. And then at the beginning of the pandemic, I noticed that there was a explosion of model building videos on the TubeYube. They weren't people just trying to sell you something, but they were just regular crazy people trying to, just here's what I built. Whether you like it or not, I don't give a damn. So I was, after a couple years of watching these, I started going, man, maybe I should do this. Then I started, paying attention to the group build videos. I was like, which one? Oh, should I do this one? And then Kim's Custom Garage, he put up a video, and all it said was group build invitation. It didn't say what it was about or anything, So I was watching it, and there's this jolly looking guy wearing a Kris Kringle hat saying he wants a build anything that looks like Christmas. Okay. And then and this was, like 7 months ago. And for a couple months I was like, oh, maybe I should do that one. It's kind of vague enough. Anything, and as long as it's a vehicle, a car or something, truck. You know how they say, there's visions of sugar plums dancing in their heads. These crazy people, and then I started having visions of Christmas cars, and I was like. And then it actually, what do you call that? An epiphany? Or, this vision clearly, distinctly, it was like the beer wagon. I've got a bunch of junkyard beer wagons, so that'd be a great one. And except for it didn't look like this. As far as I had a completely different running gear idea that was actually more military, because my my main model building thing is military. Whoops! Come back here, you. And anything military, primarily aircraft and armor, then ships, and then soldiers. And anyway, I could have swore I had these spare parts that I thought, oh, they would work great on there. Well, I couldn't find them. Couldn't find my spare parts. And but I did find these. I said, well, truck wheels, and then the zinger stacks, which I could only fit. They look better than the ones that come with the kit, but I can only get 6 of them in there. And the paint, the green is not exactly what I wanted, because the green I did have, I had used it all on several years ago, and I forgot I had used it all. And this candy red and gold, and I guess my next project will be to build my own whirligig, so I don't have to break this while I move it around and let you look at it. And I'm not going to show you the bottom because there's parts that were missing, and I just, oh well, they'll still go together. But I've got plenty of wood and scrap in my garage. I can make my own. Ooh, I almost broke the crank off. God dang it. Oh, and that's not a euphemism either. I almost broke that thing off. Anyway. Thank you, Kim's Custom, for helping me break my kit building, what you call it, slump. Yeah, that's right. That was what I was going to explain, is that I build car model kits, but only when I get into a slump about building military kits. So this was good. Boom. Thanks again, Mr. Kim's Custom Garage.